Cyprus, a top-rated destination amongst beach lovers from all over Europe. However, this Mediterranean island is not just cocktails by the beach, delicious Greek food and drunken tattoos. It also has a rather dark and complicated history. The island of Cyprus is actually divided into two parts, with the south part being the Republic of Cyprus, an EU member, and the north part, Northern Cyprus, only recognized by Turkey. And that's where I'm heading today. I am now in Larnaca at the southern part of Cyprus and will make my way to the divided capital of Nicosia, which I will explore and show you today. Here is the bus stop and it's busy with people, many who are going on day trips, maybe to Limassol or Ayia Napa and obviously Nicosia as well. My bus is leaving at 9:30, which should be quite soon, so I will await departure here. Let's jump on board and see if this is the right one. Hello, is this Nicosia?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Ah, wonderful. Let's see what the Cyprus bus looks like. Oh, this is something else than the marshrutkas in the Caucasian region. Super nice. All seated and ready to go to Nicosia. I got one bus earlier than I planned, so that's great. And yeah, comfortable seat and AC, oh hooray, so I will enjoy the 1 hour 15-minute journey now. Really smooth and easy journey, and we are just pulling into Nicosia. And I have arrived in Nicosia, so exciting to come to a new town. It's always a great feeling, and I'm here at the wonderful bus station, and as I say, and as you probably know, traveling by local bus is always the absolute #1 top experience to do, I think. Before heading over to the northern part of Nicosia, I will explore the southern one and see what the capital of Cyprus is all about. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here in Cyprus. It's a wonderful island, honestly, and a nicer tourist destination than, for example, some place in the south of Spain that's really over-touristed. But here you can still get a local feel, which I absolutely enjoy. Maybe this is a good opportunity to give you a brief history of the conflict. I'm by no means a historian, but briefly it's like this, that in 1974 the at the time fascist Greek regime staged a coup with the aim of uniting the island of Cyprus with Greece. However, the Turks did not think that was such a good idea and shortly after invaded Northern Cyprus, which led to the division of the island that is still present to this day. And interestingly, the longest UN mission is here on Cyprus, because between the north and south part there is a UN-controlled buffer zone. So that really goes to show that Cyprus is not just an island paradise, it's also home to a really proper conflict. It's not just some shootings here and then. This was really a war, and that's very interesting because it's so close to Europe and such a popular destination for many people, so it's really interesting to learn more about. What a beautiful church I just stumbled upon. Let's head inside, and the architecture really reminds me of Crete and Greece, so we'll have a look inside. Oh, I'm the only one here. Check out the icons. I would assume this is a Greek Orthodox church. I always like to visit churches and mosques when I'm traveling abroad, so fantastic. It's so calm, quiet, really, yeah, magnificent architecture. Look at this. The best time to travel to sunny European destinations like Cyprus and Spain, for example, is really at the shoulder season in April and May, September and October, because it's not excruciatingly hot, fewer crowds, you have virtually the place to yourself. There are no people here, so much more relaxed, and it's really the best time to travel without all the summer holiday children. What's very interesting to see is here, it says area under Turkish occupation since 1974, so you get the Greek Cypriot sentiment that they aren't too happy about the Turks being here, which I can understand. However, I do not take sides, I'm just a tourist, I'm here for one day, so don't fight each other too much in the comments. But yeah, it's interesting to see, but I also believe that this sort of division and segregation very rarely has positive consequences. I have to say I really like Cyprus. I would love to come back, and now I'm just here for 3 full days between my leg in the Caucasus and then the Middle East. So I flew from Yerevan in Armenia 2 days ago. I'm in Cyprus 3 full days, and then in 2 days I'll fly to Beirut in Lebanon. So stay tuned for the coming Middle Eastern adventures. I hope there will be lots of interesting experiences and videos also for you. Here is a memorial for some Greek Cypriot people killed in the War of 1974, so I would assume that this war has left a lot of scars in communities on both sides of the border, and I also think that the conflict is centered a lot around identity, that the people here on the Greek Cypriot side, they really want to feel Greek Cypriot, and the same goes for the people on the Turk Cypriot side. They want to feel Turk Cypriot. They are proud of their culture and their heritage, which maybe sometimes makes compromise a little bit more difficult. Here is where it starts to get really interesting. No parking access at all times. United Nations. I've never seen this before. UN hut. It doesn't seem too active at the moment, and I guess that this is the start of the buffer zone, and maybe 100 meters that way the Turk Cypriot side starts. Wow, this is fascinating when the history, quite recent history also, really comes alive, and you can see it in the streets, in the architecture here. That's what I really enjoy, when the history is so close. You can actually feel history here, and the barbed wire here. Yeah, I really hope that Cyprus has a prosperous and peaceful future. I wonder how life is like for the people living here, the last house before the buffer zone here on the other side, and then the Turk Cypriot side 100 meters across. That would be so interesting to know, but now it feels very locked and closed. It's dead silent almost. A bit eerie, spooky, but yeah, the architecture is beautiful, and I'm so intrigued by this sort of history. It's really so fascinating, and I'm happy to be able to show it to you watching also. Here is another gate into the UN buffer zone, and oh, lots of CCTV. Hello CCTV, how are you? No sign telling me not to film, which I appreciate, and loads of barbed wire and a UN sign. So yeah, I really think this is fascinating to see. And here, residential buildings, and behind me are true remnants of the war. I would assume that these buildings were demolished either during the war or when the buffer zone was created. I should walk away, no photography allowed. But the buffer zone is here, so probably the buildings were destroyed when it was created. Interesting. It's a bit of a sad place on the one hand, because this really has created such a visible scar just across the island. It is a scar which is the border, but now it's peaceful, and yeah, I really wish all the best to Cyprus and the Cypriot people on both sides of the border. Hello, you are so cute. Yes, peace to the world to the cats. What's so cute. Have a good day, bye bye. Behind me is another gate to the Green Line, where I saw an armed guard, and a lady came out of her house to tell me not to take a picture. So things are actually real. It's not just some old gates, but there is actually real armed personnel here, which I didn't really expect, to be honest. So yeah, that makes it even more interesting. I think a lot of people that go to Cyprus on holiday, especially the booze party people down in Ayia Napa, are completely unaware about the complicated history of Cyprus and the conflict. So I would definitely say that if you visit Cyprus, do a day trip. You can do it on your own. It doesn't cost a lot of money, very easy, to Nicosia and see more of Cyprus than the party and booze side, because this island is much more than just cocktails. And another gate, and you can see the Turkish and Northern Cyprus flag on the other side. Now let's leave these small gates and head to the actual border crossing, and that will be exciting. I have my passport ready. The people of South Cyprus has a clear view of where their home and identity lies. It lies in Greece. We can see many Greek flags here on one of the main streets of Nicosia, and I would assume that I will see an equal amount of Turkish flags on the other side of the border, and that is something we'll soon discover. This is a message I hope we all can agree on. Now I've finally reached the border. I have turned off data roaming because I am leaving the EU now, and we'll see each other on the other side because now I guess I can't film anymore. I have left the Republic of Cyprus and will knock knock and hope for peace. Let's continue over to Northern Cyprus. And here is the buffer zone. Oops, no photo. And just like that, I'm in Northern Cyprus. Wow, so exciting to be here. Really easy border crossing. Took no less than 5-10 minutes. Just show your passport on both sides and then you're good to go. No stamps and no questions whatsoever. Really great to be here in one of these unrecognized states, only recognized by one state, Turkey. So my second unrecognized state, first Transnistria and now Northern Cyprus. Come join me for this very exciting day. I am thrilled to be here. It feels so exciting, honestly. And check out the Turkish architecture. It feels like I've come right to Istanbul, and beautiful. And we're here, oh, a menu. The prices are in Turkish lira and it's not cheap, like 11 euros almost for a spinach pie. That's hardly worth it. More expensive than Istanbul, and that tells you something really. Right next to the border where I am now, there are a lot of tourist shops where you can buy your bags, your scarves, your different touristy items, which you can imagine yourself, I believe, and not really of any interest to me, except for the magnets, obviously. And here it is, the Grand Selimiye Cami, and you guessed it correctly. Cami is mosque in Turkish, and I will head inside now and see if it's just as grand on the inside. My biggest concern when visiting a mosque is that someone is going to steal my shoes, because when you do visit a mosque you should take your shoes off, and that's no issue, but I always am anxious that my shoes will not be here when I exit the mosque. Wonderful. It looks a little bit like a cathedral with the arches and the pillars. Stunning. And the carpet is really soft. There's a lot of hustle and bustle outside, as you saw, so it's so nice and calm to come inside here. Feel a bit of quiet and just spectacular. Let's go out and hope my shoes are still here. Yes, this seems promising. Yes. There they are, my trusty ones. Join me as I continue my explorations of northern Nicosia in the country of Northern Cyprus. I know some people might definitely not agree that this is a sovereign state. However, I had to show my passport when entering, and de facto it is an independent state, I would have to say. This is what the buffer zone looks like from the other side, and I'm speaking a little bit quietly. You should not cross here, obviously, and on the other side is the Republic of Cyprus. When you leave the immediate tourist areas, you can see that it is a little more run down and poor, I think, here than on the south side of the city, but nothing wrong with that. This is what I like to see, the raw and unfiltered side of the cities I visit. And oh, it is a little store here. I will have a look. Maybe an ice cream would be useful. Marhaba, hello. Wait a second, maybe I get something to drink as well. Oh, this seems like a Turkish drink, perhaps. Excellent. Well, that was excellent. One ice cream, small ice cream, and a Turkish soft drink for only 40 lira. Oh, paid in Turkish lira, that's fun as well. And as you can see, much cheaper and more interesting when you walk outside the tourist area. So I will indulge in this now. Taste test of the Turkish soft drink. It's like Fanta. This is just what I needed on the side of the road here in North Nicosia. Isn't this what life is all about? Well, hello there. Isn't it the man himself, Mr. Erdogan? I hope you are doing well. Well, this is indeed a contrast to the other side where Greek flags and Cypriot flags and the Greek identity is strong, and here it's the other way around, just as expected. The buildings and architecture here are just as cute as on the other side almost. Yeah, so great to stroll around and feel like you are a proper explorer. And I love a good unrecognized state, I have to be honest with you. Oh, golazo! Ronaldo, yes. Well done. Just playing football with a random kid in Northern Cyprus. Well, isn't this wonderful? And this is how kids should live their life, outside, playing in the sun, playing football, not being inside with tablets and stuff. Fenerbahce, good. Good. Nice to meet you. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Great to meet the two coming stars of Turkish football, so I was here to scout them really early. I hope I get a percentage of their transfer fee. Just like in Istanbul, there are many small and cute cats that want to say hello and subscribe. Hope you have a good day, Mr. or Mrs. Cat. Bye bye. Just as predicted, here you'll see a lot of Turkish flags, and on the other side, as we saw, a lot of Greek flags. So I think really this is a question about identity. However, finance has become a more important part of this issue with the foundings of natural gas in the Mediterranean. It's only in Cyprus that you can visit de facto another country, see armed UN personnel and get blackout drunk in Ayia Napa, all in the space of 12 hours or even less. So that really goes to show that you can make your holiday as calm or boring or as exciting or intriguing as you like. It's all up to you really. Here is something truly unique, a UN watchtower. Oof, it feels like I'm in Lebanon or Israel, but no, I'm in Cyprus. Here, check this out. I think the wall to the buffer zone is open. Do I dare to check it out? I'm not sure, to be honest, but I saw two other people walk out of here, forbidden zone, but it is open. I think I try to go inside because there is a playground in here. I go and see what happens. I'm right now in the buffer zone, and check this out, we have a slide. I have to try it. It feels like a proper dodgy slide. Like, luckily I have travel insurance. I think I get burn marks in my bum from this, but this was a long time ago. Wow! Oh, this. Now let's go. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, Jesus! This is proper quick slide. Oh, geez. My bum. But this is incredible that you can go on a slide and a swing, but this is broken in the buffer zone. You can't do this in many places. But oh no, my bum is hurting. And is it a little cafe here? It's open?
Yes, open.
Oh, open. Let's have a look. Turkish coffee?
Yes.
How much?
17.
Okay, I can pay with card?
Card?
Yes. Oh, very good. Yeah, 1 Turkish coffee, please.
Sugar?
1.
1.
Thank you. Let's have a seat here overlooking the barbed wire. In the UN buffer zone, you can both have coffee and you can ride slides. Crazy world we live in, but this is the beauty of traveling. You always see exciting and crazy places. Let's do a taste test of this Turkish coffee and check out the mug, really cute. Oh, nice and strong on 1 sugar, absolutely perfect. Cost 70 lira, so maybe a little bit on the expensive side, but the location is so unique, so I'll happily pay the extra. Well, you can't visit de facto Turkey and not have Turkish coffee, so cheers everyone. So I can pay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Isn't this the meaning of life? To go on a swing between North and South Cyprus. Wee! This is the reason I live, is to do things like this. And you are never too old to go on a swing. I have enjoyed my time in North Nicosia and South Nicosia equally as much. I'm very diplomatic like that, and I would love to travel back to both Turkey, Greece and Cyprus. I'm not taking any sides, I'm just having a great time and I'm an innocent tourist. As I should. So now I will make my way back to the border and head to the south part again. And I am back in the tourist areas near the border crossing because I still haven't managed with today's mission to find a Northern Cyprus magnet, so I have to do that before I cross back. Here is rammed with day tripper people just like me, and when you walk a few blocks away you have the whole streets to yourself. It's always like that. I am definitely on the right track for the magnets. Check this one out and see what you think of it. Such a wonderful store here. And I think I'll go for this one, Nicosia North Cyprus, for €2. Excellent choice, I believe. Hello.
Yes.
Can I pay with card?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, mission accomplished. I am approaching the border and saying bye-bye to North Cyprus and maybe see you again someday. Back in South Cyprus, and here it is dinner time. Such a fun, interesting and jam-packed day today in both South and North Cyprus, South and North Nicosia. Thank you very much for watching the whole way. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I would be very happy, and see you in the coming adventures. Next up is Lebanon, and you don't want to miss that. So stay tuned and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Happy travels!